Hello guys, Absol Guardian here, and today we will be reviewing the Bilocraft mod. So the first thing on our list to review is the cookie jar and the dinner plate, alright? So the cookie jar can be crafted with a cookie, glass plane, iron ingots, and redstone. While the dinner plate, you can get 2 for 3 quartz slabs, okay? Now, let me show you why are you going crazy. Are you so excited we're doing the mod review? Oh, wait, I have my sound turned off. Are you excited we're doing the mod review? Yes. Yes. Alright. So, now, if I was hungry in survival mode at the moment, I could left-click this and get the food I have placed on it. You can place maximum of 3 different styles. But, say something's already on there, like the steak, and you can place it on top of it. It's just you can only put 3 different varieties. Now for the cookie jar. It can store 6 cookies. It has 8 slots, but anything can be placed in there. Meaning the golden carrots will appear as cookies, so then someone looking at it, like while raiding your base, would be like, oh, cookies. Why would I steal cookies? Alright. So next up is the map frame. It's crafted like this, and let me show you an example of the map frame. Down at my base, my own lab, this is the map frame without a map, and then you can put maps on it. They just look better than just normal item frames. And if you don't have cows, you won't have to use it. It comes in all the wood types. Just instead of that, just put the type of wood you want. And now we have the desk, which is crafted like this. The planks and the slabs would be the thing. The planks and the slabs would just be the thing you want. And here's an example. Now, the best part about this is, if I grab a book, like this one, is I can store it here, and I can set it as my active book, left click, and be able to read it. If you want to change it, you should left click at the bottom. Alright? Now, you know how it shows me what I'm looking at? When stuff on storage, that's because I'm wearing a monocle, see? There are 3 variations of the monocle. The tinted glass, the monocle, and the reading glass, alright? Reading glasses are like this, and then you take the reading glasses with gray dye for the tinted ones, and the monocle is like this. So you saw the effects, but it may be different when you're wearing the tinted glasses. I'm not sure. Wait. Oh, but also enchantments are supported, meaning if I enchanted the armor, it would show. I guess you can't see those. Can't tell any difference. They just look cooler. So, see like I'm like, ooh, I'm so shady. And the monocle. Ooh, oh, I'm a creepy Absol with a monocle. And then the normal reading glasses. I'm an Absol librarian. Alright, so I have to keep jumping between the chests. and the... So... That's how a desk is crafted. Oh wait, I already showed you. Actually, I'm just gonna grab the stuff I don't already have to show you. And then I'm gonna do now I will do the rest of the view down here. So, next are the bookshelves. They count as vanilla bookshelves, but they can store books. Okay? Now there are these two varieties. There is the creative books only that cannot be crafted, creative mode only. When they are placed, they are randomly filled with books. Now I have an extremely large amount of books. Great. Oh no, wait, I just threw away the slotted book. Whatever, I can just grab another one from creative. It doesn't matter. So then there's the craftable one, which is same texture, but it actually has a recipe. They count as vanilla bookshelves, but they can store written books. Okay? So, how do you get these written books? See this typewriter here? It's like this, but this clay, the clay you want to use is the color you want, okay? Now you can left click when it's filled with paper, and you'll start writing a book till you get 8, and then you get a book. The books aren't that interesting to read because they're made through an algorithm and sometimes come out very odd. Another way to do it without left clicking is have a named villager fenced in there. They'll use it up. And there's a book around here somewhere by J.K. Rowling. I simply named a villager J.K. Rowling. Now, let's see. Now the Redstone Volume can be crafted by a book and a redstone torch. The Redstone Volume you place in a bookshelf, and so the redstone book is used in combination with the bookcase to emit a redstone signal. So the different strengths you put it in are now it doesn't look any different. See, if I put it in the final slot, it gives off the most power. Then we have, oh, I must have done it. There's this thing. It's uncraftable. And so what it's called, and then what it's called if you want to do the I'm getting it. So that is the what it's called in the coding. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Now there are the clocks, which are crafted with the slab you want. They're crafted with the slab you want, and they will keep track of the time. Minecraft time, that is. See how that it moves too fast? Next is the case. The case is crafted like this. You place it up against the wall, and then you left click here. I'll have to show you against some bare wall, so I'm not. So you click here. It should be open. It's a bug, but you can open it and put items, or you could use the shelf to store stuff. Also, if you saw that, clocks are renamed watches. So there are two variations: the potion and the normal. The potion shelf will store only potions, while the other shelf will store anything. Like this, see? Blocks. Wait. Kind of looks like a jewelry case there. The blocks will be stored in a smaller version. Potions shelves can store only potions. Then there's the disc rack. The disc raft is crafted with random slabs and sticks. They hold music discs. Next is the sword pedestal. The color of wool you use will determine the blue trim, but that can also be dyed for a different color. And it stores swords like this. And then the other method of storing tools is the tool rack. The tool rack is slabs surrounded by iron, the slab of the color you want. And it can store 4 tools. It doesn't count though some modded items won't be counted as tools. It depends. I'm not really sure which. But if it's not accepting it and you want to display it and it's from a mod, just place it on a shelf. Next is the desk bell. You place it on the desk, I believe. Or no, you place it on any block, even though it's just called a desk bell. Makes a little dinging sound. Now, you know how I have this working, and now, you know what I have the typewriter on? It's on a table. Not this kind of table. This table. Crafted like this, but let me show you something. It's in a block on it placed will be in a small version. But if you place a block, place the item, break it, and then put the table, then it will be the operational version. Oops. Oops. That never happened. Now we have the screw gun and its cheaper counterpart, the hand. They do the same thing, which is turning Bilocraft stuff. Then there's a tape measure reel, which is used to make the tape measure. Now the tape measure is, you use it here, and it says starting measurement, then it walks and it tells you. And then ta-da! And it puts a little block where it starts. Ta-da! I think it also measures upward. Yeah, so it's like that. Alright, now, let's make sure I don't miss anything. Fancy signs. They're just fancier versions of the normal sign. Wait, how do you write in them? The fancy signs can only be written on when placed directly on a chest. Fancy signs must be bugged. It won't let me write on them. But there is a chest, like chest signers. I'm not sure. Alright, now, fancy workbenches. They're like normal workbenches, but have a different crafting recipe. Why? Not only do they look cooler, is say you give them a book. Okay? Is not only does it will store normal books, not enchanted books. You can put it there and then say I craft something like a notch apple. When it's a legitimate crafting recipe, it will say save recipe to blank book. Now, I get the golden apple, then I store this here, then say I place it here. Load components from inventory instantly. Ta-da! And then you can override it with and making it an empty recipe book. Next up is chair. Oh, I already have a spruce chair. Now, it's called a seat at first, but there are different backs you can put on it. Example 1, crafted like this. Oh, YouTube video up. So, crafted like this through the seat back, which is crafted like this. The different backs come in all the wood types. There is the labels are the ones you place on the chest. Somehow it's glitched and it won't let me write in it. So then there's this seat back. Oh, I'll just search through. This seat back. Oh, dang. Seat back like this. So there's all the different varieties, okay? And all that's left to show you, other than the hiding books, that is the drafting compass. I haven't figured out how to get the atlas to work, neither the whole printing press thing. These things, and the clipboard. So let's show you. So there is a reason to put something in a map frame, okay? You can set waypoints with the drafting compass. So, home. Where is it? Oh, see, look, waypoint, it's like a little hole. Then it tells you. And then that's ain't my home. Real home. It's like you poked a little hole in it. Not as effective as Ray's mini maps. Oh, they're not holes. What was that? Hope I don't want my roof to be struck by lightning. It sounded like thunder. Bit. So now we have the clipboard, which great for YouTubers who have goals. Da-da-da. Then you can do here, and then you can check. And maximum pages so you can just reset it. And then you can exit out and you can remove it so it can be used over and over again in like a survival world. It is crafted like this. And now the waypoint compass can show you that waypoint. Haven't figured out how to work the printing press. Neither have I worked out those. But two more things to show you is the slotted book. They instantly say buy my username. And the big writing book. And then we can finish off the mod room. So the big writing book has bold, italics. I said italics. Sometimes it won't show you. It's not the most effective, but now you have the formatting. And gibberish. Also colors. Text size. Sign it or save it. And then it can also be placed here. And then you can... What? Weird. And then it goes... Okay. I guess it's not working at the moment. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Options. Good. Check my difficulty. Alright, note to self. Don't do that. Crashes the server. Now there's the slotted book. So you can type up a description like my only notch apple. Insert it in and save. Now I can place it in here. And the only thing that kind of gives it away is it's called title. But a raider wouldn't really check your workbench. So then, if you're raided, you could like keep a full set of diamond armor in there to take back your stuff. Oh yeah, lock and key does have a crafting recipe that can be enabled. It will prevent the block from being locked, from being broken. Good for map makers, but you really don't want to have to block all your blocks. So if you enable the recipe, you can use that to like protect your door so they have to go in through the door. Oh yeah, finally, armor stands. Something I forgot to tell you about. Is slab, an iron ingot, they can store these things. They won't get their they can store armor, but they won't get their enchanted glean if they're enchanted though. And yeah, so Bilocraft is good with mods like the internal forest or the atom for storing all your loot. And, oh, I forgot. The printing press. I mean, not the printing press. So, painting canvas, right? So you take that, and then there are the added Bilocraft, the vanilla paintings, and custom, not sure how you get that to work. Then you select transfer, and it will always, oh, is it too tall to fit under my roof? I'll just place it here. I wonder how big it is. If it's, well, it seems to be glitched out at the moment. But that way you don't have to keep retrying for a good one. And now, oh, I didn't show you the crafting recipe. I haven't, are other painting canvases? I haven't figured out how to put it on the others. How to transfer it. And now the other thing is the lighting. Yep, got got everything. Comment if I missed one. I'm sorry if I did. Now there is these things. So, fancy lamps are crafted like this, and they can be dyed with anything for other colors. The fancy lamps, placed like this, give off light. There is also the lanterns. So, this is the default to alternate recipes. And they can also be dyed they can be dyed the different colors. Also, you could use the iron variant and dye the candles. Just, it doesn't look that different. So let me just show you the GUI. Is to put it on. Also, it doesn't act like the entities in the entity armor stands in the 1.8. So you won't be able to put other stuff on it. So that looks like all of Bilocraft. Just adds new items. So no new mobs, meaning it is fully Pixelmon compatible, meaning it won't be messed up by Pixelmon, and may actually be a good way to display your badges. So, what do you think of it, Emp? Or good for a mod? What do you mean for a mod? Hey, Absolex? Yeah, what is it, Barry? Have you seen Grave? No, I haven't. He went down to check on you in the lab when you were setting up for the mod. He did? I never saw it. Well, keep an eye out for him. I don't want Doc Hemp to get mad. Me too. I hear you, Barry. Also, I should put a trapdoor to make sure people who shouldn't be down there fall down there. To make sure, like, animals don't fall down. Alright, so that's Bilocraft. I've built a whole Bilocraft base. So, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like. If this is the first video you've seen by me, yes, I'm totally copying the Diamond Mic. I'm trying out different outros. Subscribe to see more videos by me, and make sure to download the Bilocraft mod if you think this is a great mod. Alright, everyone. See you later.